Today in the EV space, China is rapidly taking over the electric market. But on the other side, Honda has launched an EV that is being talked about in the global market. And this is exactly the point where the story becomes interesting. The same Honda that remained the king of petrol and hybrid cars for years has now stepped into the EV market and created a stir. This is not an ordinary electric car. Honda ENY1 has come out as an SUV that is making people ask, is Honda now really ready to challenge Tesla and BYD? So make sure to watch this video to the end, because in the end we will find out what battery technology Honda has used in it, how this EV can compete with BYD, Tesla and Toyota, and why it is being called a game-changer in the market. Before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can watch such videos first. Before understanding that new EV of Honda, it is important to understand its market. Because until you know how big Honda actually is, you will not be able to understand how big a shift its move towards EV really is. Honda is not a small company. It is counted among those auto companies in the world whose name is taken for trust, strength, and long-lasting vehicles. If we understand in simple language, Honda sells around 4 to 5 million vehicles worldwide every year, in which most of the vehicles are petrol, meaning gasoline ones. That is why Honda has always been called the king of gasoline cars, because its engine technology is so refined that it runs for years with low maintenance. If we talk about last year, around 2024 to 2025, Honda sold more than 4 million vehicles in the global market, including both cars and bikes. If we talk only about cars, around 3.7 million units were sold, which shows that even now Honda's core business is based on gasoline and hybrid vehicles. This is also the reason why its move towards EV has been a bit slow, because while companies like Tesla and BYD were focused on EV from the beginning, Honda was already strong in its gasoline and hybrid market. Now the question comes, which are the biggest markets of Honda? So the biggest name comes the United States, where the demand for Honda cars is very high, especially for cars like Civic and CR-V. After that comes China, which is the largest auto market in the world, and here too Honda's sales are quite strong. On the third number is Japan itself, where Honda is very trusted as a domestic brand. Apart from this, Honda also has a stronghold in India, Thailand, Indonesia, and many countries of Europe. The special thing is that Honda has always focused on the mass market, meaning cars that come in the budget of common people and run for years. Now the biggest question, when Honda's gasoline market is so strong, then why is it moving towards EV? The simple answer is future. Today the whole world is slowly shifting towards electric vehicles. Governments are bringing new rules. Pollution norms are becoming strict and fuel prices are continuously increasing. In such a situation, if Honda stayed dependent only on gasoline vehicles, then in the next 10 to 15 years its market could have become weak. That is why Honda is now slowly changing its strategy. The second big reason is competition. Today, companies like Tesla and BYD are moving ahead rapidly in the EV market, especially BYD, which is giving more technology at a lower price, has created a threat for traditional companies. If Honda does not enter EV now, it could fall far behind in this race. That is why Honda is now increasing its pure EV lineup along with hybrids so that it can maintain its place in the future market. The third reason is customer demand. Today's buyers do not just want mileage, but also technology, silent driving, low maintenance, and environment-friendly options. EV fulfills all these things. Honda has also understood that if it wants to capture next-generation customers, then it has to become strong in EV. That is why Honda is now working on its new EVs like ENY1 and Prologue. Honda's move towards EV is not a sudden decision, but a well-planned strategy. First, it put a strong base in gasoline and hybrid, and now with that same trust it is entering the EV market. Design and exterior. Now let's talk about the look and design of the Honda ENY1. When you look at it from the outside, this car looks quite premium and attractive. It does not look like a typical electric car at all. On the front side, a closed grille is given, which clearly shows that it is an EV, along with sharp full LED headlights that look very good at night. From the side, its profile looks smooth and sleek, and flush door handles are given, which improve aerodynamics. The 18-inch stylish alloy wheels give the car a sporty look. At the rear, also LED tail lights and a sleek design make it look even more modern. Honda's signature style is clearly visible in it, but because it is an EV, you also feel a slightly futuristic touch. The ground clearance is around 135 mm, which is fine according to Indian roads. Small potholes and speed breakers can be handled easily. It is a 5-seater car, meaning the whole family can sit comfortably. Both front and rear get good space. The boot space is 361L, which is enough for daily use, kids' bags, shopping, or short trips. When you sit inside, the cabin quality impresses a lot. Honda has used soft touch materials very well. The seats are of synthetic leather and are quite comfortable. The front seats are heated, which keeps comfort even on long drives. Both driver and passenger get good space. The most special thing is its 15:1 enlarged portrait touchscreen, which looks very premium on the dashboard. It includes navigation, Honda Connect system, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto features. Climate control is also operated from this screen. Dual zone AC is given, and rear passengers also get vents. The sound system is good and it feels enjoyable while listening to music. Battery range and efficiency. Now let's come to the most important part of the car. Battery range and efficiency. Because while buying an EV, these three things matter the most. In Honda ENY1 a 68.8 given out of which only 61.9 kWh is available for use. The remaining around 10% is kept for safety so that the battery does not get completely empty and its life remains long. Now the question comes, what battery technology is used in it? Honda has used an NMC, meaning nickel manganese cobalt lithium-ion battery in it. The same technology is seen in many premium EVs. The special thing about NMC battery is that it gives good energy density, meaning more power and better range in less weight. Honda has also given a water cooling system in it, due to which whether it is heat or cold the battery performance remains stable. Now if we talk about range, according to the company in WLTP test, it can go up to 420 km. That means if you drive smoothly, use AC less and keep speed normal, then reaching 350 to 380 mm is not difficult. In real world this car easily gives around 220 to 280 km. In summer with mixed city and highway driving, you can get around 250 to 270 km. In winter, when heaters comes down to around 180 to 220 km. If you drive more on highways and keep speed around 100 to 110 km, then you can expect an average of 200 to 230 km. Now, it is 18.22 Wh/hours per 100 km, while in real use most people see it between 19 to 22 Wh/hours per 100 km. According to EV standards, this is considered average efficiency, neither very excellent nor bad. Honda has focused a lot on battery life and reliability. The company is known for long-lasting vehicles, and in EV also the same trust is being tried to deliver. You get a warranty of 8 years or 1,60,000 km on the battery, which can vary slightly in different countries. This means for around 8 to 10 years you can stay tension-free regarding the battery. One advantage of NMC battery is that it performs well even in cold weather and charging remains stable. However, it is not considered as cheap and safe as BYD's Blade, meaning LFP battery. But in turn Energy MC performs better. Now talking about charging, in DC fast charging, it supports up to 78 kW and takes around 45 minutes to charge from 2% to 80%. That means in about 11 minutes, roughly 100 km of range can be added. At home with a 7 kW charger, it can be charged overnight, while with an 11 kW AC charger, it gets fully charged in around 6 to 7 hours. To be honest, in terms of range, this EV is not a class leader. But Honda's reliability, build quality and comfort make it special. If your daily driving is around 100 to 150 km and you have charging facility at home, then this car can prove to be a very good option for you. Honda has made its battery management system quite smart. Regenerative braking works well, meaning while braking, charge goes back into the battery. By selecting different drive modes, you can improve the range a little more. Comparison with competitors. Honda ENY1 faces direct competition from its biggest rivals. We will compare it with three major companies, BYD, Tesla and Toyota. Let's see where Honda stands in terms of price, range, performance. First, let's talk about the BYD 3. In BYD Atto 3, you get a 64.8 Wh/hours Blade LFP battery, while Honda has a 68 Wh/hours MC battery, which is slightly bigger in size. Even then, both have almost similar WLTP range, and Honda gives 400 km. In real driving, BYD turns out to be slightly more efficient and easily reaches around 250 to 300 km, while Honda stays between 220 to 280 km. Talking about power, but BYD Atto 3 feels slightly quicker. In charging also BYD is ahead. It supports up to 89 kW fast charging, while Honda goes up to 78 kW. In terms of price as well, BYD is cheaper in most places. Talking about battery technology, BYD's Blade LFP is considered safer, has lower fire risk and longer life, while Honda's NMC battery gives more energy, but can turn out slightly expensive in the long run. Now let's talk about the Tesla Model Y. As a Model Y is a car from a higher segment. Its range stays around 500 km and performance is also very fast. It reaches 0 to 100 very quickly. Tesla's battery technology and software are considered very advanced, and its supercharger network is its biggest plus point. Honda ENY1 falls behind here in range, speed, but where Honda stands ahead is in cabin quality, ride comfort, and build feel. Tesla's interior is very simple, while Honda feels more premium and comfortable for families. Talking about price, in some markets Tesla is competitive, but in many places Honda can also feel expensive. Now let's talk about Toyota BZ4X. Toyota, like Honda, is known for reliability. In BZ4X, and its WLTP range goes up to 40 to 500 km, which is better than Honda. Charging speed is also higher, around 150 kW in performance. Also, Toyota goes slightly ahead, but Honda's interior and features feel more finished and refined. Both are Japanese brands, so build quality and long-term reliability are almost equal. In battery warranty also both offer around 8 years or 1.6 lakh km of coverage. If we talk about trust, people consider Honda and Toyota slightly more reliable than BYD and Tesla. Especially in markets like India, service network, parts and resale value are strong points for Honda. In terms of price, generally BYD is the cheapest, then Toyota. Then Honda and Tesla turns out to be the most expensive. In range, Tesla and Toyota are ahead. In speed, Tesla is the fastest. In battery technology, BYD's LFP is considered safer and cheaper, while Honda and Toyota's MMC gives more energy. So now the question is, where does Honda ENY1 stand? It is not the cheapest, not the highest in range, and not the fastest, but it is definitely a balanced car. If you want a premium feel-good comfort, a reliable brand and a family SUV, then Honda becomes a good option. If you are only chasing higher range and new technology, then Tesla or BYD may feel better. Buying an EV is not a small decision. If your daily driving is less than 150 kilometers, you have charging facility at home and you want Honda's reliability, then ENY1 will suit you well. But if you want more range and faster performance, then you can look towards BYD or Tesla. Performance and driving experience. Now let's talk about the performance and driving experience of the Honda ENY1. This car is front-wheel drive and it comes with a single electric motor that produces 150 kW, which means 2 PS 201 horsepower of power. The torque is 300 Nm, which is considered quite good for an EV. It can go from 0 to 100 km in around 7.6 seconds and the top speed is 160 in real driving. When you drive it, the car feels very smooth and refined. Because it is an electric motor, you get power instantly at the start. There is no jerk at all. In city traffic it moves easily through crowds, and on highways also it gives confidence. You get 3 driving modes in it: Eco, Normal, and Sport. In Eco mode the throttle becomes a bit slower to save range. Normal mode is perfectly balanced for daily use. In Sport mode both steering and throttle become more responsive, which makes the car feel a bit sporty. Talking about handling, it is good. The car weighs around 1,730 kg, but Honda has managed the balance well. You get good grip on turns, and the steering feedback is also decent. The suspension is comfortable, it handles potholes well. It is neither too stiff nor too soft. Because it is an EV, the cabin remains very quiet. Even on highways, you only hear a slight sound. In real driving, this car feels boring, but in a good way, meaning it will not give you too much thrill, but you will not feel tired while driving it daily. Even on long drives with family. Talking about charging and technology, Honda ENY1 supports up to 78 kW DC fast charging and takes around 45 to 46 minutes to charge from 10% to 80%. That means in about 11 to 12 minutes you roughly 100 km of range. At home with a 7 kW wall charger it takes around 9 to 10 hours to fully charge. And with 11 kW AC charger it becomes a bit faster. Battery technology, we already discussed MMC nickel manganese cobalt lithium ion battery, which comes with a water cooling system so performance remains stable even in hot weather. In terms of technology, this car is quite advanced. It comes with Honda Sensing Safety System, which includes features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, forward collision warning, road departure mitigation and blind spot monitoring. Benefits, drawbacks and practical applications. Now let's talk about the advantages, disadvantages and real-life usability of the Honda ENY1. Because before buying an EV, this is the most useful part. First, talking about the advantages, the biggest and strongest point is Honda's reliability. Honda cars run for years without much trouble, and in this EV also you get the same trust. The build quality is good, and the material used in the cabin gives a premium feel. There is plenty of space inside. 3 people can sit comfortably at the rear. Both legroom and headroom are good, so this car suits a family well. The suspension is comfortable and handles road potholes properly. The cabin is so quiet that you do not feel tired even on long drives. Honda Sensing Safety features like lane assist, auto braking and adaptive cruise control work well. The interior technology is also enjoyable. The 15.1 enlarged touchscreen runs smoothly and the Honda Connect system works properly. In daily driving, this car feels very easy and smooth. Whether you have to move around in the city, do school drop, go to the office or visit the market, it fits well in every task. Now talking about the disadvantages, the biggest drawback is its real-world range. But in reality it stays around 200 to 250 km. In summer it reaches around 230 to 260 km, but in winter when the heater is used it drops to around 180 to 220 km. It supports 78 kW DC fast charging and takes around 45 to 46 minutes to charge from 10% to 80%, while some other cars charge faster than this. The boot space is 361L, which may feel a bit less for some families. The price also feels slightly higher because in the same segment cars from BYD and Hyundai offer more range and faster charging at a lower price. Some people may find its driving feel a bit normal or less exciting. Now if we look from the perspective of Indian families, if your daily driving is within 100 to 150 km and you have charging facility at home, then this car will suit you very well. On weekends you can easily go for short trips with family. You just need to plan a little. For long highway trips a bit more planning and attention will be required. The ground clearance is suitable for Indian roads and Honda's service network and availability of parts will also help. Resale value is also expected to remain good in the future. In the end, it can be said that Honda ENY1 is not a perfect EV, but it is definitely a comfortable, reliable, and premium family SUV. People who only want higher range and faster performance can go towards BYD or Tesla. But those who want Honda's trust, comfort, and a hassle-free long-term driving experience, this can be a good option for them. Before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel now and press the bell icon so that you can get information about such new EVs first. Thank you.